Hi, this is Jenner from San Diego, and you are watching GoTarryn TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. I am Tarryn the Traveling Trainer from Atlanta, Georgia. It's episode 471, and side by side next to me, as you can see, we have all the way returning to GoTarryn TV from San Diego, California, the one and only artist himself, Jenner de Vera. Jenner, how are you doing out there today?
I'm doing wonderful. Except I'm having some major allergy issues right now. My eyes are so teary, but I'll be fine. I'll survive.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I think that if you came out to Atlanta, Georgia, your allergies would really flare up then. It might be even worse out here.
Oh, really? Huh, I didn't know that.
It's bad. It's very bad. But for the folks out there watching right now, again, we had Jenner on last month. I got to say we had really great feedback. That was one of the most highly populated, viewed video blogs that I ever did with anybody. So again, Jenner, that was wonderful. I had a lot of great, good comments from people that I didn't know that weren't even Facebook friends of mine, and they couldn't say enough how much they loved the video blog with you. So again, well done. We've got you back on here, and for the folks out there watching too, she's not on camera, but our interpreter Lisa is going to help us out. She does a fine job as well. And Jenner, this episode today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about you this time. We're going to get to the Afterglow fan party at the cruise in the second half of the video blog, but I wanted to concentrate about learning more about you and asking you some personal questions here, if you don't mind me asking.
Okay, sure.
Okay, perfect. So Jenner, can you take us back and tell us about your experience at San Diego State University and how was college when you went there throughout that process?
I had a lot of different majors in college. First, I started in chemistry, and then I shifted my focus to art. But my first experience when I was a senior in high school, before I actually went into college, I really wanted to become a doctor.
Really? Okay.
But I didn't know what I was going to do with that. I knew I wanted to become a doctor. And really that was mostly to please my family. But after I graduated high school, I went to college. I went to Mesa College, which is a community college here in San Diego.
Okay.
And I decided to study chemistry. But what made me shift my focus to art was, I don't know if I could tell you this story or not, it's a little bit creepy. I was actually working at a morgue at the time.
Oh, wow.
So I was studying a lot about anatomy and deceased bodies and things like that. So after working in the morgue, I decided to shift my focus to art. Really during that time, when I was in chemistry, there was another class that had came in and decided to do some so during the chemistry class there was a group of art students who came in to the class, and when I saw that they were drawing, I was wondering what they were doing. So they showed me their art, and I was like, what are you doing? Why are you drawing this? Why are there art students in chemistry? Because at the time we were studying anatomy, and there was a deceased body in class. And so they came in the class because they were studying muscles.
Okay.
And how to draw different muscle types. And so after I saw that, I decided I wanted to do art, because when I was a kid, I wasn't able to draw. I mean, like I told you before in my last interview, I tried drawing He-Man and different characters, but I just didn't really have the skill for it at that time. So when they came into my class, I thought, oh my gosh, that is amazing. I really want to get involved, but I just didn't feel like I was good enough. But I decided at the time, I was kind of losing my motivation with chemistry because I didn't feel like it was very inspiring to me. So I decided to pursue art. It was a hard decision, but I'm glad that I did. I'm really happy that I went into the art field. So after I graduated from Mesa College, I also went to Miramar College as well. I went to two. I transferred to San Diego State University. And it was a great experience for me. I really got a lot of experience in art. There was a lot of people that were very highly skilled, and I didn't feel like I was very good. So when I started my art classes, I was really shy. I didn't really want to be too competitive, but I did really well there.
That's excellent. That's an amazing story. And can you tell us, Jenner, what are you currently doing right now with the Deaf Community Services of San Diego?
So I work at DCS as a visual designer.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Can you tell us a little bit about how that's been? Walk us through your experience working there.
So as a visual designer, I've been here for 5 years. I'm responsible for making flyers. I'm responsible for designing vlogs. I mean, really, I do a lot of different things. I'm responsible for our website, Facebook, Twitter, social media, and we help promote the different events that happen at Deaf Community Services. Again, we do that through social media.
Very cool. Excellent. Can we go ahead and plug the website for DCS?
It is www.deaf community services services, so www.deafcommunityservices.org.
Perfect. Okay, we'll put that on the screen too, so everybody can take that down at the end, and I'm sure they could get the social media links from the website itself. So, Jenner, switching gears now, if I can ask you this, let's talk about the work that you're doing on your website at DeviantArt. And so I did a little bit of research on you, and I wanted to ask you some of the things from your DeviantArt website. The first thing I wanted to ask you about was your personal quote. I really like this. It's quote, "Love your life no matter how tough it is." And how did you get that from, and what inspired you to have that as your quote?
I had a really tough childhood. You know, I'm deaf. It was hard. You know how women don't like being oppressed and they have a lot of struggles. People who are black have a lot of struggles as well. There's a lot of racism and misogyny in America. And me being deaf, there's a lot of autism. I don't know if you know what autism means, but it's the oppression of deaf people. And so I experienced a lot of autism growing up. And a lot of people wanted me to get a cochlear implant, or they didn't want me to use sign language. They wanted me to lip read and use my voice, but it was really, really difficult for me. And a lot of times, being a deaf person, we don't have good access to education. You know, people who can hear are able to hear and speak, but it's not really the same for somebody deaf in a mainstream classroom. So I didn't have access to an equal education. So that's where that quote is from. Love yourself no matter what. That means I accept who I am. I'm not letting anybody change me. I am who I am. And I love myself regardless. So
that is awesome. I love it. Very good. Well, again, you're very, very, just passionate and talented, and just, everyone could tell that you're just doing an amazing work with your art. And so that's a wonderful quote. It really suits you. Let me ask you this, Jenner. The next question I have, let me rephrase that. Your favorite cartoon character, is that Chun-Li from Street Fighter? Is that right?
Yep, you're right. That's my favorite.
Why is that? What makes her your favorite character?
That's a really good question. I really don't know how to explain it. When I was young, I want to say, oh my gosh, I used to watch. There used to be all these male figures, and there were no women figures.
True. Yep.
So when Chun-Li came onto the scene, she was the first lady fighter. And it was finally something different, and I was fascinated by her because it had always been men up until that point.
Very true. Yeah, that's a good point. I'd never thought of it that way, but you're right. I used to like playing that game, Street Fighter. It was one of my favorites growing up.
Yeah, definitely. I really like Street Fighter.
Let me ask you this, Jenner. Can you tell us who are some of your other favorites, as far as cartoon characters? Because I know you draw a lot of them.
Oh gosh, I have so many. I don't know if I can list them all. Let me think here. Can you give me maybe you can prompt me a little bit and give me a specific.
Yeah, let's ask Jenner. Let me ask you, who's your favorite Disney characters? Because I remember that you drew some really cool Glow Girls as Disney characters as well. Those were fascinating.
Let me think. Favorite Disney. Mm, I would have to say it would be, well, I don't want to criticize the characters, but Disney princesses are, they're kind of weak.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of need men to save them, and that's typically how they are. But I don't like that. I don't like to see women portrayed in that fashion.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So that's why in my deviant art, I changed the princesses to become fighters, to kind of break that image, break that, wholesome Disney image. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense, yes.
I don't want to see women in a role where they need to be saved or they need to depend on a man for protection. I want them to be brave. I want them to be resilient. I want them to, be fighters. So that's why I changed my art, deviant art, to portray the Disney princesses like that. But if I had to pick one, I would say probably Aurora.
Okay. Same question. Favorite character from, let's say, Capcom?
Oh, well, Chun-Li. But then, aside from Chun-Li,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's my favorite. But if I had to pick a male character, that would be Ryu.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I remember him. Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, now let's switch gears here for a second and take us through the drawing process, Jenner, because the reason why I want to ask you that, you made that amazing, beautiful picture, by the way. I want to say thank you for the beautiful He-Man picture that you made me on Facebook. I absolutely love it. It was of King Hiss and, of course, Sunny and myself. You showed the drawing process in that picture where you took the part of the sketch and then it progressed into the actual final result. Can you tell us what is involved in a drawing process? I know that's a fully loaded question, but yeah, how would you answer that?
So Sunny and Secret are enemies.
Right. Of course. I don't know why I was saying Sunny kept coming to my name, but that was her alter ego, her evil twin, I guess you could say.
Okay, so back to the question.
Yes.
When I start a rough draft, I use ticks. I don't know if you know what those are, but they're lines.
Okay.
That it provides structure for the drawing.
Oh, okay.
And so that will allow me to pick a pose that I like, and as soon as I have that set up, it allows me to then do the shape. It starts kind of like, I guess you could say naked, but I'm not necessarily naked. It's just like it's just their body. And
okay.
And then I add the clothing later.
Oh, okay.
And I add the colors, so there's different layers. And then I add the shadow with light effects and things like that. So it starts with the tick, and then I add I add everything, and then I add the more intricate details at the end.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, it's amazing. Again, to watch that entire process is very fascinating. So it was just really, really cool to see that. Now, let's talk about the upcoming Afterglow Fan Party cruise coming up. You're going to be there. You're going to be one of the guest celebrities on the boat. And we're getting closer because it's May 22nd, so I think we're roughly about 5 weeks out, roughly, I guess. And so...
Wow, time is really fast.
It really is, yeah. I can't believe how fast it goes. Let me ask you, Jenner, first question. I didn't get to ask you this last time because I forgot. Are you going to be at the Queen Mary on May 21st for the first part where they do the Bon Voyage?
Oh, I didn't know about the Queen. I wasn't invited to that, huh? I have no idea what that is. I'm going to have to get Roxy. Roxy asked her, say, hey, why didn't you invite me to the Bon Voyage?
Well, I know they're watching right now, and they're going to be. Your phone's about to be blown up, Jenner, because you're more than invited. I'm sure that they assumed that you were going to be there. But yeah, it's going to be at the Queen Mary on. I'm not familiar with California geography, so please forgive me. But it's going to be at Long Beach, California. Do you know that area, kind of? Long Beach, California?
Yeah, I know where Queen Mary is.
Oh, okay. How far is that from where you're at in San Diego?
Oh gosh, I would say an hour.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay.
An hour and a
Okay.
half.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I see. So, well, then that'll be the night before. I think that's a Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken, May 21st, because the actual cruise departs on May 22nd, which I believe is a Sunday, and I think that's right, but maybe I'm wrong about that, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're getting closer.
Wait, are you going to be there?
No, I'm not going to be. I am so sorry. I'm not going to be able to meet you this time, but next time for sure I will be. Long story short, why I'm not going there, I will be at a wedding as a groomsman over on the other side of the country at West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, I just thought of something. Wait, are you a wrestler? I think I saw that on Facebook.
Yes, part-time, just sometimes I am.
Wow. So it was funny because your makeup reminded me of the makeup that you were wearing. You had the black and white. Your face was half black, half white. That
Yes.
reminds me of Bad Mama.
Yeah, actually, you're right. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I could have been her tag team partner.
Huh, okay. What's your wrestling name?
Mystic.
Mystic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the face paint was a yin yang. It's like a black and white yin yang. So part of it is from my Korean background. You know, I'm a legit black belt in Hapkido, martial arts. So.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And I think my sign language might be getting better. Let me give that a try. So just to spell it, it's Mystic. Mystic.
Wow, I understood you clearly. That was awesome. And, you know, learning sign language really isn't that hard. It's not as complicated as learning another foreign spoken language.
That's very true, and I'll say this. When I was a child, I did learn a little bit of sign language because growing up, we had a neighbor friend that was deaf and communicated with us via sign language. So I can do the alphabet, at least. I know the alphabet still from as a kid, but yeah, like, and actually, Jenner will appreciate this because we also have another person who's going to be interviewed on GoTarryn TV next week. She is deaf. She has a 95 decibel hearing loss, and she'll be communicating via sign language as well. And I showed her your first video blog we did. She was very inspired by our format, and that's what brought her on to be on our show.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, like I said at the very beginning, you're...
So it'll be your second deaf interview, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video blog, the first one that I did with you, Jenner, has really inspired a lot of people. It's just, you know, been a really, really positive, good video. So I'm really happy that, you know, it's just taken off. And that's another reason why I'm really looking forward to doing more of these with you as well.
Great.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. No, thank you. And Jenner, I know that you got to get going here, so I'm watching the time closely. But before we let you go, I just got a couple more questions, if that's okay. Let me ask you this. So we talked about the girls, the Glow Girls, that are going to be on the Afterglow fan party at the cruise. Do you have anything else to say to any of the girls if they're watching right now? What do you want to say to the Glow Girls as kind of like a, you know, in terms of how it relates to the cruise coming up?
I want to say anything to the Glow Girls? Huh, let me think. I guess hi. I don't know what to say.
Well, let me ask a second. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, go ahead. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, what about the Glow fans that are going to be there? Because I know that you're friends with some of them on Facebook as well. Because I know some of them are looking forward to meeting you as well.
Again, I guess, hi, fans. I don't know what else to say. Actually, I want to say recently I got an email from a fan.
Oh, okay.
And she said, oh, my gosh, do you know what happened? Hold on. I broke my neck before when I was wrestling in high school. And so she had said something about me breaking my neck in high school, and she wanted to do an interview about that experience. But I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I don't know if that's something I want to relive.
Wow, wow. I mean, that's interesting. I was just gonna say before you said that, I would love to ask you about that. That sounds like an interesting story. I did not know that. I had no idea that you did that.
I can give you the short summary of what happened. A few fans had asked me, wanted to know what had happened and what my story was when I broke my neck. So I can give you the short version.
Okay.
I was a senior in high school. There was a person who was from another school, and they were kind of a bully because they thought because I was deaf, that meant I was stupid and I wouldn't be able to do anything. So I didn't want him to aggravate me or make me angry, but at the same time, I didn't want him to think that I was weak. So we were in the middle of a tournament, and I saw him, and I didn't expect for the referees or the game organizers to pick us to compete against each other. So I was really nervous because I didn't want to lose, because if I lost, then that would mean that I was weak and that his assumptions were true. So I was trying to really believe in myself and be positive about the experience. And so when the wrestling started, he did a suplex hold on me.
Oh.
And when he did that, he grabbed me and my back of my head and my neck hit the mat. And when he did that, he was out of bounds. He stepped out of the circle.
Oh.
And so the ref called the match off because of that. But I was in so much pain, I wasn't able to move. And I just couldn't believe it. I was trying to move my neck, and I wasn't able to. But I didn't want my ego inside of me was wanting me to continue. So I was able to get up, but he grabbed my face to the side like this, and I heard a pop in my neck.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm sorry, I didn't hear a pop. I felt a pop in my neck. And he put me down. He had put me down on the mat to pin me, and then he also had pushed his hand up on my chin, and there was another pop. And so I was trying to push him off me, and finally, even though all this had happened, I was able to pin him, and I ended up winning the match anyway.
Wow.
But unfortunately, I was in so much pain, but it was worth the victory.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So even with an injury to my neck, I was still able to beat him. And then I was, of course, in a neck brace after that, which was unfortunate. But
oh, wow. Oh, that is an amazing story. Wow. That's incredible. I can't believe that. Wow, Jenner. That is truly amazing. And wow, that's just great. And like I said, just talking to you here, this past 30 minutes has just flown by so quickly. And I'm watching the time closely. I know that we're a couple of minutes before 3 o'clock your time, and you got to go. I want to say thank you so much for your flexibility, Jenner. I'm sorry about my timing last week. That was off, so I appreciate you being able to be flexible and come here at this time. Before you go, though, if I may ask you, let's plug your contact information. How can people find more info on your deviant artwork, and how can they contact you directly, too, if they're watching?
it's really easy to find me on Facebook. It's Jenner D. Vera Artwork.
Okay. Perfect. We'll put that on the screen as soon as we fade to black. And Jenner, I can't thank you enough for your time. Lisa, thank you. And we can't wait to have you back on the next video interview here. Hopefully, if you're available and if you have time, we'd love to have you as a frequent recurring guest, because I just love these video interviews with you.
That would be wonderful.
Yes, thank you. And this, again, I can't believe it. Half an hour just flew by. It felt like 2 minutes for me. So I feel like I can ask you a bunch more questions. And next time we have you back on, I definitely want to get talking to you more about the experience of, when you were wrestling and how that had impacted you after breaking your neck as well, because I just think that's amazing that you made such a remarkable recovery from that.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you, Tarryn.
Thank you, Jenner. And folks watching right now, here we go as we fade to black. Jenner, we'll see you on the next video blog.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody, there you have it. The Skype interview one-on-one with, yet again, Jenner de Vera from San Diego, California. He is the well-known artist and also artist for the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Glow. And you're going to be able to meet Jenner at the Afterglow fan party at the Sea cruise that he was talking about. And for also reference's sake, if you'd like to see Jenner's first interview here via Skype on GoTarryn TV, just check out the website link at the bottom of your screen there and click on episode 454. That was the very first time we had him on here on GoTarryn TV, and we are going to have him back on again very soon. Jenner, you are a wonderful inspiration to us all. Again, just a wonderful and inspiring person, human being. And, of course, the story that you told us about when you broke your neck in wrestling and the recovery you made from it. And just, again, love your quote that you have on your Deviant artwork. And, again, just everyone's going to be so encouraged by knowing you and knowing your story. So, again, keep up the great work, Jenner, and I can't wait to interview you for the next interview right here on GoTarryn TV. So that'll wrap up today's episode, everybody. Again, we told you the website for the cruise, the Afterglow fan party at the Sea. You don't want to miss it out. If you haven't booked your cabin yet, please make sure you do so. And also, I guess you'll be able to meet Jenner de Vera at the Queen Mary if you're going to that on the Bon Voyage night previously to the cruise, one night before they leave. So you'll definitely want to meet him there and tell him you saw him right here on GoTarryn TV. And also, before I let you go, if you could please make sure that you like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, and follow GoTarryn on Twitter. That'll keep you connected with Tarryn, the traveling trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, who tells each and every one of you that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Thanks so much for watching, folks. We'll see you on the next video blog, everybody.